Welcome into another edition of Road Tripping with RJ and Channing. I'm your host, Allie Clifton, and it's a special one today. We're coming at you from, I would consider it a chilly, sunny day in Atlanta. But we've got a unique guest with us. It is fifth-year Atlanta Hawk currently, Kent Bazemore.
Kenneth.
Hey, guys.
Kenneth Bartholomew Bazemore.
Big fan, man.
Yeah, the first non-Cav on our broadcast.
I can hear the boos already.
Yeah.
And I want to actually, before you guys get into conversation, because I know it goes deep with you guys, it's what's unique about the NBA. It's what's unique in professional sports for listeners. Yeah, the Cavs and Hawks play tomorrow night. However, there's a brotherhood that is formed in the NBA, and there's a history, especially between Ken and RJ and Channing. So let's just start there. How do you guys obviously know one another besides just being competitors?
Well, Kent was my rookie, as was all the guys on Golden State too. Draymond, he was a part of the same class with Draymond.
2012?
Yeah,
2012?
Draymond and Harrison. And again, just as a compliment to Golden State, really quickly, I know our fans are going to love that. When you draft well, it sets your franchise up. They drafted Clay, then they drafted Harrison, then they drafted Draymond. They also brought in Kent. So
undrafted.
But they brought in Kent, undrafted. So that year, Kent was an undrafted rookie and made the team, worked extremely hard. I had back problems all year long. So that was like my first year ever getting a DMP, not playing. So me and Kent decided to take it upon ourselves to play one-on-one every single day. Just beat the shit out of each other.
Did he bully you like we see?
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yeah, I'm probably 10 pounds heavier now, so super skinny.
10 pounds heavier?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And it was rough. It taught me a lot, though. Last year I played, a lot of small forward, and, I credit, some of my defensive success to Garden, Richard, his elbow hook, he would foul me, and I wouldn't get any calls. I would foul him. He'd get every call. It was frustrating, but, definitely made me better, and, we've had, many talks and hung out. He actually introduced me to my fiance, so it's a lot deeper. Yeah, it's a lot deeper than basketball.
We have a bachelor party coming up soon and a wedding. Channing, are you invited to that?
No.
Channing, how do you two know each other?
So I went to college with Andre Iguodala, and Andre Iguodala.
What school did you go to?
The University of Arizona.
Okay.
NBA
I thought it was
University.
Arizona University.
No, don't
sorry.
say that. Don't say that. I just threw up in my mouth. But no. So we met at the wedding. It was a great wedding, and I made fun of Kenneth, and he made fun of me, so we become friends.
So you guys are basically like one another.
You guys
You're the
are
same human.
You guys are besties.
I don't know if we're besties. We're cool though.
Yeah, all right.
He cool.
His name's Shannon. So.
His name is Shannon.
His name is Kenneth.
Why is he Shannon?
It's Shannon.
Because
I thought you said Shannon.
He is saying Shannon. He is saying Shannon.
No one ever gets my name right. Like it's rare for people to enunciate the in Channing.
He's doing that on
so
purpose.
funny.
He's doing that on purpose.
Yeah.
Shannon.
His name is Kenneth.
So it was at the wedding. Rudy Gay was at the wedding.
It was an amazing
Evan Turner,
wedding.
Okay, let's
Steph,
talk about
Clay.
one thing. How humid was it?
Oh, my God.
Where was the wedding at?
Oh, in Cabo.
It was in Cabo.
In August.
Oh,
We were all huddled in the bathroom.
We were.
It was the only
It was the only place with air conditioning.
They had
so it was
fans
outside.
That's how hot it was. It was like 8 o'clock at night, and people are just drenched.
Yeah, it was like 115.
115 with
humidity.
100% humidity.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
way.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Awesome wedding, but I literally lost 19 pounds every time. I had to change
Gained it
outfit. As much as I sweat, I was out there dead.
Yeah, you understand? It was so funny when you had like 7 or 8 guys sitting inside of the bathroom just to get air, just to get air conditioning.
so is your wedding going to be in Cabo?
No. My wedding's in Asheville, North Carolina.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What month?
July. 8th.
Ooh, that's still.
It's at 7 o'clock though.
Oh, okay.
Indoors?
Indoors.
No, it's outside.
Outside?
It's really, really nice. I almost got married there once.
Do you have...
Oh, my
I'm gonna actually
God.
be honest. I don't know if I could even pinpoint that on the map. I mean, North Carolina, of course, but in terms of
Asheville?
where. Yeah.
It's a little bit.
It's like north of here. It's western North Carolina.
Okay.
It's like a 2.5-hour drive actually.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
are you nervous at all about what are you gonna do if it rains? Do you guys have
We
a
have
back plan?
yes.
Backup plan?
Yes. We
That's
do.
funny because you know what Richard's advice to anyone who wants to try to be in the NBA?
What's that?
To never have a backup plan.
Oh.
What do you think about that?
Wow.
Yeah. Baze, what are your thoughts?
I think that's kind of risky.
Right?
High risk, high reward.
Well, I mean, I guess you would, put all your eggs in the basket and just really grind that, being in the NBA. But I wasn't drafted, so I had another unconventional route. So my advice would be a little different.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's hear your advice.
I would, I mean, I'm now, trying to figure out what I want to do after, and I have a foundation that I'm super passionate about.
What is it?
Arms Foundation, targeting underprivileged youth and like education, health, and wellness, and that's kind of my, baby, so to speak. We launched here last summer, and
Awesome.
I'm working with the National 4-H campaign this year.
Is there a website that people can go to?
Yes, www.armsfoundation.org. Go on there. There's a donate button too.
Awesome.
Really
You don't
trying
have to put the www anymore. You could just say armsfoundation.com.
No,
It's 2017. You don't
being
need to put
proper.
HTTP
I'm being-
//
I'm being technical.
Jeez.
You can also /donate and it'll take you right to the donate.
Okay, there we go. That's what you're talking about. Just go to that.
Okay. Back to your
Donate. Don't
journey.
be
I'm
cheap,
sorry.
people.
Well, no, I think it's good to, have a backup, because you don't put as much stress on yourself and you don't take everything so serious. But, I mean, it works different for everyone. I went to college. I got 2 degrees. So, I
nerd.
learned. Yeah, that's like my biggest
Humble
accomplishment
brag.
ever.
What is your degrees in?
Human services and criminal justice.
Ooh.
Criminal justice. That's
Okay,
funny. That's
Hey.
funny.
So you watch CSI?
That's ironic.
No, I watched The Blacklist.
Oh, Blacklist
Ooh,
is great.
so
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yes. Raymond Reddington. That was my alias
Red.
for a while.
Really?
Yeah, Reddington.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Oh,
Yeah, Raymond
Red.
Reddington.
Hey, he's a beast.
Throw out one of your aliases.
One of my Tony Stark.
Ooh.
Iron Man, huh?
There we
Okay.
go. There we go. Nerd boner.
Why did you think it was so crazy that he has a degree in
Criminal justice. Well, so a little insight to my guy Baze, who is one of my favorite young guys of all time. He is an individual that works so hard, and truth be told, he had a very unconventional route. But Baze, so tell people about your senior night.
All right, so I'm playing
Hold on.
in a
That's me.
game. Playing in a game, warming up. My coach is like, "Hey man, you gotta come to the back." I'm like, "Dude, it's like 3 minutes ago on the clock. Let me finish warming up."
This was in college.
College, yes,
College.
2012. We're actually playing in a postseason tournament. It's my last.
This was in postseason?
Yes, it's my last home game, quote unquote last home game. So we win this game. We play a championship game, and warming up, and actually it was against Mercer, which is probably 30 miles up the street, which is ironic, right?
Yeah.
So I'm playing. My coach is like, "Come to the back, come to the back." I go to the back, and there are like policemen everywhere. They're like the president of the university, the athletic director, all these people out there, and they're like, "You gotta come with us." I'm like, "What's going on?" And so that summer, going into my senior year, I broke my foot and I got into a little trouble. And long story short, I didn't sign up for a class or whatever. I missed it, and they took me in. I had to, listen to the sheriff update me on the score of the entire game, and we ended up losing by 1 point. So I didn't get to play in my last college basketball game ever.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Now this is the one thing. And again, you break the rules. I'm all about rules. If you break the rules, like, you have to do it.
Yeah.
But there's a level of intelligence that I think people in the armed services understand, and the police service. You obviously, this thing had been out there for a while, And it's like you could have brought him in right after the game. You could have brought him in right the day before the game. You could have brought him in the next day. It's like you see people that will take millions of dollars and turn themselves in. You know, and it's like they could have easily gone. It's like, hey, there's a warrant out for your arrest. They could have contacted the school. They could have contacted the basketball program. They could have done so much. Now, he's a 21-year-old kid at the time. They make mistakes. You don't know. You know, it wasn't anything. It wasn't anything like domestic violence. It wasn't assault. It wasn't battery. It was just, you know, he got into a little bit of trouble. But just to me, as an individual, to go and pull a kid off the court as a senior, it's like it's like you're more doing that for the intention of doing it than you are because, you know, this is the only opportunity that we can get this kid. This kid is a fugitive. It's like,
correct me if I'm wrong too, but so often, like, sport is what you want kids, what you want young adults to gravitate towards.
Yes.
Yeah. And so they were like, "Oh, we got an anonymous tip that you'll be playing here tonight."
Anonymous.
My senior year, I had a 26-foot poster on the side of the arena where we played. We played on like local television, you know. So I think it was definitely more so. It was bigger than, you know, just them, you know, coming to get me. I think, you know,
they wanted to make an example.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that, you know, again, he breaks the rules. He has to follow by them, but there's a level of intelligence and a level of respect that should go there because it's to serve and protect. Like, that's what they put on, to serve and protect. And by doing that, I don't really think you're serving a young individual well. You know, you look at the kid from Stanford that rapes an individual, and then his dad comes out and publicly says, well, my son's life is ruined because he made one mistake. And it was like, and then he goes and gets 6 months in jail, gets a slap on the wrist. The judge, who since then has been just crucified. But it was like, you have a kid that rapes a female, and 2 guys had to catch him doing this behind a club, behind a trash can. They hold him down until the police come, and then he gets a slap on the wrist and this, and he goes through that. Now, again, it's just you see the differences in the way things are about. So he gets 6 months.
That's crazy.
And it's like, again,
wait, so he was proven guilty?
He was proven guilty. He was found guilty of this. 2 guys held him down. There were witnesses to him raping an unconscious female.
Oh, wow.
And she was postgraduate, so she was there. And so, you know, again, it's like to serve and protect. Are you really doing that female justice by giving this kid 6 months? Are you really doing this kid justice by taking him off, you know, the court his senior night because he had a speeding ticket or because he got into, you know, an altercation or because he got in trouble? Are you really doing? And I think that's where you start to look at the disconnect between the police, the disconnect between the justice system. There's so many disconnects there that, like, you know, for Baze, I would never, ever fuck with the police again after that situation.
Being a criminal justice major, how did you
take
that then?
You know, I thought it was unjust, obviously. Just the way they handled it. And the people were upset because, you know, it's just how they did it. You know, like, you know, my senior night, you know, last game in front of people that watched me grow up for 5 years. I had just found out I had completed my last degree. So, you know, that was cool. I had a lot going for myself. And boom. You know, they do that, and, you know, with everything I had been through, I had missed the entire summer with a foot injury, you know, worked my way back, and we were actually playing well, and, you know, just have it, you know, ripped from under you like that. You know, it was definitely a wrench, you know, throwing on my life, like probably one of the darkest times ever in my childhood. You know, just like, you know, the embarrassment, you know, all that stuff that goes with, you know, being, you know, leaving the game with your ankles taped, you know, sweaty with your warm up on, your jersey, and, you know, in a cop car with probably 6 inches between the back seat and the little wall there. So, I mean, it was rough.
Oh, they did everything.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
They put you in
went
cuffs?
all out. Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
So they put, and they have
For a speeding ticket?
Yeah.
So wait a second. You're a felon.
No, he's not a
Oh,
felon.
my
No,
God.
I'll say you're a hardened criminal.
Man. Oh my
What's
gosh,
up, dog? Where's your teardrops? Yo, man, did you have to shank a fool?
So you did hard time.
Yeah,
Hey, how many
couple
push-ups
hours.
did you do a day?
I was in there
6?
for like 2.5 hours.
Were you?
You were in a jail cell?
Hold on.
A
You were
holding.
in
It's
a
a
holding.
no, it's a
Holding.
holding
Yeah.
tank. It's like a holding tank. It's
Yeah.
not.
Put
Oh.
you
They
in
don't
a
put 'em-
holding
they don't-
tank.
They don't put you in
for
county.
a speeding ticket.
No, it wasn't a speeding ticket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was a ticket
Yeah,
for a ticket.
For a ticket.
pretty much.
Okay.
And
Wow.
you got updates based off.
Yeah,
of
this guy was standing there. Oh, y'all down 3, like 2.5 minutes left. End up losing by 1.
Who'd y'all lose to?
Mercer.
That's a school.
Yeah, it's right up the street.
Yeah, remember that whole story that he just told?
No, he was
No, I
actually
was-
getting the wine for us.
No, I'm just
That's why you
messing
can't
with
leave
I'm
the
just
table.
messing with
And I went to
Yeah,
Beth.
we just
Yeah.
like backtrack like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Leave
That
it
was
to
the beginning.
Shannon.
That was the beginning of the
so
story.
Atlanta, huh? Hey,
Leave it
great
to
skyline
Shannon.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great city, man. I love it here.
How is it without Kyle Korver here anymore?
We're really enjoying Kyle.
Yeah.
Less floor
Hey.
spacing.
Channing is really
hey.
enjoying Kyle.
No, God, I am, but I'm not.
Channing
Hey.
is not enjoying Kyle because Channing
He
now
took all
no-
my job. Like
he no
literally,
longer
he
gets any
took all
shots.
my plays.
That's fine. Don't ever say we didn't do anything for you guys.
Which kind of brings me to another point because the Cavs have faced you guys the last 2 seasons in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But yet here we are.
Yeah.
I think a topic of conversation that kind of could come from this is why are you guys hanging out with him?
Oh, because this is the thing. We've been on
Number
teams
one is the
before.
regular season.
Yeah, we don't talk during the
Okay.
we don't talk during
right.
the we don't talk during the playoffs.
No, we don't.
No.
No.
What do you mean?
Like,
No.
So
I didn't
Ba-
talk to my own cousin.
Yeah, so
Plays.
Bazemore and throughout the entire NBA, it's if you're on the road, you get a chance, you grab dinner, you grab a drink, you do whatever during the regular season. During the playoffs, you don't talk.
No.
That's when they talk about the old school, that's one of those rules that has never changed. That rule doesn't change. You don't talk pregame. You don't say what's up to guys. Like, during the regular season, you're like dapping each other up. You go and say what's up to the coaches. You go say what's up to your friends. You'll go into other locker rooms and say hello. During the playoffs, I didn't text Baze. He didn't text me. We didn't talk before any game. There was absolutely nothing
I
going
think
on.
I told him "fuck you" one time,
Right.
Yeah, there might have been
just
that.
to make sure
yeah.
it was
We
cool.
might-
I
we-
smiled though. I
He
was
said
like,
it under his breath.
Yeah.
"Fuck you, Baze."
Yeah.
So yeah, and you'll still crack jokes
Nobody
and you'll
likes
talk.
your shoes.
But even Luke. So Luke Walton, he was assistant coach for the Warriors last year. He came so when we were in Golden State, we didn't talk at all. We don't talk it. And again, he's won multiple championships. He knows how this goes. So we
Go down 0-2.
we go down 0-2 and we come back to Cleveland, and he sends a text to me and Channing. Like, are we really not going to talk at all during this playoff series? And
I was
now
hot.
we're down 0-2.
Hot.
He's won 3 championships, and he wants us to come hang out with him. It's like, dog, if you don't get the fuck away from me right now. And it was like we didn't. I think Channing responded. I didn't even respond. You
Of
responded
course-
like
of
hell
course
no.
Channing
No,
responded.
Channing responded like hell no. We're not going to talk, right? And it was
Well, which just defeats the whole purpose.
No, but it's still-
I did.
it's still just-
it was a mean gift, like somebody flicking him off.
yeah. So, but that's one of those
Speaking
things
gifts.
that I think people. Part of this road tripping podcast is just to let people know what we do on the road,
Yeah.
give people an insight, and what you do in the regular season is very
Way
different,
different, yeah.
way different. during the
100%.
post.
There's just so many games. It's just like the relationships we have. It's rare. Like I said to Kyrie yesterday, it's rare that you meet a guy or a couple guys that you are aligned with or that you're going to hang out with outside of basketball. So for now it's, I don't know, what time is it? It's like 4 o'clock. We have plenty of hours to hate each other tomorrow.
Wait,
It's
you
all
just looked at
business.
your watch and still didn't figure out what time it was.
I put it on the analog.
Yes,
I put it on the
that's the
analog
worst.
thing, man.
Well,
Look,
he has an
I need
Apple-
the digital.
he has
I need the digital.
He has an
Like,
Apple Watch too, and couldn't figure
Yeah,
out what
look,
time it
look,
is.
what time is it right
Why
now?
would you put that over
nope,
there?
Nope,
What are you
it's
talking about?
3:40.
It's 3:40.
Oh, shit. It is.
Oh,
He did
God.
establish on one of our very first.
That's not
podcasts that
math.
he is a math
That's
teacher.
not math.
No,
That's not
numbers.
math. That's not
Numbers.
math.
I'm not good
It's
with
numbers.
numbers.
What? You can't read?
Oh,
I can read good.
Dude.
I can read
I read
good.
all
It's
the
well.
Goosebumps.
I read well.
Hey, how awesome was Goosebumps back in the day?
I didn't read Goosebumps.
Oh, I actually did.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I
watched-
I didn't read Goosebumps.
The movie was
Yeah.
weak.
We had a different upbringing than these two.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What does that
yes,
mean?
we did. I'm saying I didn't
Wait,
read
where are you from?
Goosebumps.
I'm
You
from
from
North
North-
Carolina.
Well, oh, you're from Ashton.
No,
Ashton. Oh my God, Asheville.
no, I'm not from there either. I'm from Kelford, North Carolina. It's northeast.
How many people? How many people in your town?
Like 300.
That's
300?
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
One stoplight?
Allie just got so
I didn't
excited.
have any stoplights.
Allie-
Well,
Oh,
I only got about
You
7.
are more
so.
Allie's
Podunk.
so excited that she's not the small
We had
town
a post
girl.
office, a fire department, and a park.
What was the
And
what
a
was the
park.
nearest
Big city.
grocery store or?
No, we had a grocery store.
What you got, Ralph's?
Mr. Cooper. It was Cooper's Market.
Okay.
Fresh food. It was good.
Do you have any fast food?
My uncle actually had a restaurant.
Really?
Yeah, it was a
Please
Purdue.
tell me it's not chicken.
It was Purdue right in town. You know Purdue Chicken?
Yes.
Yeah, it was one right in town.
Oh, my
and
God.
That was his clientele, So he had one right there. My mom worked there for a long time.
300 people.
Yeah, super small.
That's
that's
small.
how many people were in my class in high school.
800.
I said 300. Where are you? No, you
Oh, I
can't
thought
say
you
you were.
said
You
yes.
can't say a deficiency in numbers when you just don't listen.
I got ADD sometimes. I got
Yeah,
mild
so how many-
ADD. I've
how
been
many-
diagnosed.
Kids did you have in your class?
So
High school?
we had one public high school in the entire county. Our county was pretty big.
Okay.
So I came in with about 400 freshmen.
Oh,
Wow, that's a lot.
And then I only ended up graduating with like 220 or something like that.
Oh, I only graduated
dude.
like 150.
Yeah, so-
Well, I went to private school. It's
I went to
106.
private school. Hey, did you hear that Channing's high school lost to my high school?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which high school did you go to?
St. Mary's High School.
Private school.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's sort of private.
Sounds it's
You
sort
guys
of private.
recruit?
Yes.
No.
Jared Bayless went to
100%.
their school.
Wait, you did
Yeah.
recruit?
Did
Yes,
not.
they recruit.
Oh.
They did not recruit
Oh,
me. I told you a story
jeez.
about how I even went there.
Where's Jared Bayless?
Philly, but he tore up his wrist, so he's out for the
shoot,
season.
all right.
Yeah.
He's
Uh,
a competitive guy, too.
Yeah.
Very.
Like Jared.
Yeah.
Another Arizona Wildcat. Shout out.
Whoop, whoop.
Is everyone from Arizona?
Yes.
A lot of us.
Yes.
You don't
Are
understand.
you kidding me? We are real
We're
heavy
there.
in this game.
We're right in
Yeah,
the
their
middle.
parents,
You guys are
got,
really
their
high on
parents got
yourself.
duffel bags.
Yeah,
you
we're
know.
real heavy.
First
in
of
this
all,
game.
I did not get paid to go there.
We didn't even send the
Wait, what?
The young guard.
I didn't get paid to go there or something.
When you look at
You got a
Aaron
full ride.
Gordon, Stanley
Yeah.
Johnson, Derek Williams. So there's even young guys that aren't a part of the Lute Olson. The Lute Olson era is still strong though. Lute Olson, Jason Terry, Channing, myself. Who else? Was Jared Lute Olson?
Andre?
Andre.
No, that's it.
No, Jordan Hill.
Jordan Hill wasn't.
Are you sure?
Oh, Jordan and Chase. Well, Chase.
They were recruited by Lute, but they didn't play for Lute.
Chase Budinger.
Chase Budinger.
Where's
Yeah.
he at?
He's overseas. He
Where's he hooping?
He
Japan?
couldn't stay.
Nah.
Yeah, he couldn't stay.
Spain.
He
He
couldn't
stay
stay
healthy.
healthy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That boy had hops.
It's a tough
Yeah,
league to stay
Lord.
healthy in, man.
It
How
is.
would you describe yourself on the floor?
Fire.
Yeah.
Are you like a silent
Slenderly
assassin?
aggressive.
Are
Slender.
you a trash talker? Are you a
I don't really talk trash.
Does anybody talk trash? Really? Maybe 4 guys in the
It
league.
takes a lot of energy, man. Like, I mean, I chase a lot of guys around, so like I don't really have time to talk. To be honest, like,
And now that you're guarding the 2, that's
Oh,
a lot
yeah,
more. A lot more
God.
pick and roll.
Yeah.
Three men are so much better to guard.
yeah, 3-man spot up. They post up here and there. They like to crush the boards, but 2 guards are like,
Movers.
yeah, they don't stop moving.
It's like Kyle,
Like,
J.J. Redick,
Portland,
Avery
the Portland
Bradley.
Trailblazers.
Oh,
C.J.
God.
McCollum. All right, comes off a pin down. Dame throws it to him. He throws it back. Comes off a flare. If he's
Yeah.
not open, comes back off a pin down. Throw it to him. Then you got to guard a pick and roll. Like, this is all in one possession.
Yes, they do that every single time.
J.J. Redick, pin down, flares, back screens. Like, these guys just do not stop moving. And that's what makes them great, though.
Yeah.
You can't relax. It's almost like I'm not even worried about, what's going on over there. Like, I'm just keeping my eye on this man, like, chasing him around.
Is a 2-guard the hardest position to guard in the league? And I'm going to consider Kyrie a 2-guard.
I think the 2-guard / 1 guard.
Yeah.
The
I
guys
think
that
point
are
two.
2s that handle the ball a lot.
Yeah.
That's the hardest.
The combo guards.
Yeah. The combo guards are so hard.
so
'Cause
you're considering Kyrie a 2 that handles the ball?
Yes,
Yes.
like Kemba Walker, him.
Oh, God.
Those guys are really
His
tough.
crossover is disgusting.
because they handle the ball in the pick and roll, and they get they're just getting pick and rolls on every
Yeah,
single
so
play.
that's what I'm saying. Like, point guard is like,
John Wall.
yeah, but even him though, like, he comes down in the pick and roll and like his pocket passes and like he's starting to pass the ball so well.
Yeah.
Just add a totally different dynamic to his
19
game.
assists is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, Russell Westbrook. Like,
Oh.
you can't even call those guys point guards anymore.
No, combo guards.
Yeah, because if they get an on ball, early like, I mean, they get in the bucket. If something's going to happen, great. They're going to get a really good look. They're going to get to the rim. They're going to pass it. They're going.
Baze, we don't care about basketball on this podcast.
Oh,
that's not
I
what
love
this podcast
basketball.
is. We love basketball too, but that's
How's your school doing this year?
Yeah.
Oh, the man?
Yeah,
we're
tell us
doing
something
pretty
new.
good, man. We're actually going to get a first round bye in the tournament, so
What?
that's good. Yeah.
Oh, good for that.
You got that 16 seed?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
man. He's talking about the conference tournament.
What's Arizona doing this year?
We
sixth
How'd
in
that
the
bet
country.
go?
Sixth
How'd that
in the
bet go? Did you
country.
guys
Really?
pay up the bet?
Yeah, I did.
He did. I didn't see
You
Kevin.
haven't?
I didn't see Kevin. He didn't come on the plane.
Oh, you guys are sixth in the country.
Yeah, we
Are
just
we?
lost to
That is
UCLA.
insane,
We just
man.
lost to
That's
UCLA. We were fourth in the country.
That is
It's a
insane,
down
Marcel.
year. It's a down year.
Yeah.
Number
Yes,
4
Marcel.
versus number 5.
We lost.
What's
At
the
home.
lead?
UCLA.
Do you think
What's
if
his
Old
name?
Dominion-
Lonzo Ball.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Lonzo Ball.
His dad is outrageous.
Clown.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say a clown. He's just
What do you mean?
He's
He's not a
outrageous.
clown. It's
He's
like come on.
overzealous.
No,
That's it.
overzealous, and
He said he's
that
gonna be
is
better
the
than-
root word of clown.
Yeah.
Like,
That is.
that
That's-
is like
It's
no,
just a
and
bit
that's
much.
not disrespect, but it's like
He's just putting a big target on his son.
Yes,
yeah,
that's
you're
what I'm
putting a
saying.
target on your son.
I said this. Everybody loves watching your son. Just take a step back,
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
quiet,
but
and let
that's-
us
but-
enjoy
but-
him.
but you
because
see it,
now
it's the Hollywood
people are gonna
parents.
go at his neck.
It's
Yo.
the
Oh
Holly.
my God!
Yeah.
People cannot wait to go at his neck.
Yeah, the Hollywood parent syndrome is not very good. It's like when you start
What's
doing
the Hollywood parent?
well, it's like when the mom controls the kid, and the Lindsay Lohan situation where the mom is trying to control what the daughter does and wants to be the business manager too, and it's like just let your kid be a kid. Let your kid be a kid. Don't
Right.
talk about your son's brand. Don't talk about what teams he wants to play for. Don't because listen, at the end of the day, every single kid that's in the NBA has a story. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, LeBron was all this. Kyrie was all this. I was a McDonald's All-American. Everybody had this moment. Like, we played in the national championship.
Did you have a moment?
Everybody had a
Me?
moment.
No.
You were defensive. Weren't you defensive player of the year?
We're a national defensive player of the year.
Yeah, okay. That
In
was
college?
a moment.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shh.
So
That was a moment.
Yeah, so
Yeah, go
Where the
ahead.
hell were you, Gordon?
Everybody. Anthony Davis got the same award the next year.
yeah. Tell him, babe.
Yeah.
Tell him, babe.
Perspective.
Yeah.
Damn!
Yeah,
Oh,
ask Channing what awards he has.
What did you get?
You
didn't
He
get.
won a
you
state
didn't get a-
championship.
You didn't get an all academic award. I can tell you that.
He won
Oh, wow.
No, I did
Channing,
not
tell
apply
him you won a
myself.
state title.
I did win a state title in
Oh,
high school.
God.
I got something.
Yeah, but everybody's got a
That's a lottery
scrapbook.
pick. I'm cool.
Your son is nothing new, is nothing special.
No.
Okay, how involved when you guys were in high school were parents?
Oh,
Oh,
my
man,
parents
mine
were
were
hands off.
ridiculous.
His parents were really hands on. My parents were really hands off.
I'm talking just in general.
What do you
Like,
mean?
were parents always involved? Were parents like dictating how programs were ran?
No, not
Like
in
they
college.
are now?
No,
No,
not at our
Arizona.
school. Not at Arizona. Lute Olson would laugh.
Not in college.
No.
Not at
Coach O
Arizona.
was used to that. Like,
I'm
my
talking
parents
high
were
school.
A lot.
High
But-
school.
I'm talking high school.
High school.
High school a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, high school definitely, especially in Arizona. You got some
Really?
good kids. Yeah. You
Yeah,
got
it's
good-
just you just had people that were overrated from a standpoint of like how much you wanted them to have an impact.
Overrated.
How
That's
much?
funny.
You got it. But at the end of the day, me being a parent, I can't say I don't knock it because, if you know your kid is only going to be so good, you got to provide them with the best chance. Some of these people could not afford their kids to go to college. And if they hadn't pushed them to play or put them in situations to be on a team where they're going to get an opportunity, they would have never got a chance to be seen or
That's all fine
That's
and dandy.
good.
But
That's the good side
Yeah,
of
but
it.
that's the
Right.
good side of it. The bad side of it is when you have an individual that wants to put his son. Put a target on his son's back.
Oh, man.
Like
With
I'm
grown
sorry.
men,
You
though.
say whatever you want about the young kid LaMelo Ball. He's not playing good basketball right now. Like he's shooting half court shots. That's fun,
Yeah.
But if I'm his dad, that's not good basketball.
Doesn't
That's not
translate,
that's not what we're going to do right
Exactly.
now. Did you make anybody?
It's good for Instagram,
Yeah,
though.
it's great for Instagram. It's great if you want to
Swear,
get
I
attention.
do.
It's
Listen.
great if you want to do that. It's not great if you actually want to play basketball the right way. If you
There you
want
go.
to be Steph Curry, if you want to be LeBron James, like you can say whatever about the flash that these guys do, but the substance that they put on the court
man.
in between that flash is
Amazing.
ridiculous.
They're flashy
It is-
when necessary.
It's ridiculous.
Like,
So don't tell me because Steph shoots these shots. But are you seeing like the efficiency in which Steph does it? Like Steph is doing it at an efficiency rate that no one's ever done it. So have your son come up and shoot half-court shots, have him go 5 for 30, have it be on Instagram. The fact that we're even talking about this now is because it's getting so much attention that truly is unwarranted. It's not, and you really probably should take a step back, let your kid be a kid, let his game develop, and make sure he's playing basketball the right way versus taking all this focus and putting it on himself and how he wants to do it.
Yeah.
That's bad basketball, and that's bad for the game, and it's going to translate because once he gets the players, it's going to translate. Bad basketball is going to translate to what he tries to do on the next level. Because once you get to college, once you get to the pros, and you're playing against people, it's like, okay, that's cute and all. Yeah. Let's see if you know how to play the right way.
Exactly.
Let's see if you can shoot an efficient ball. Because there's lots of guys every single year, number 1 picks, number 2 picks, top 5 picks that they're not coddled anymore. They're not this anymore. We need you to go play. Right. And they struggle.
Yeah. Do you know how to set? Like there was a lot of guys in college I remember who just got the ball every single time.
Exactly.
And then what happens is when they come to the league,
they just stand around.
Right, and a coach asks you, hey,
if
this is a play where you set a screen.
Give me an example.
I don't want to say names because they're my
Joe Alexander. Love the kid to death.
Ike Diagu.
Yeah, Joe Alexander was the 8th pick.
Could not.
He didn't understand the idea of a pick the picker. So he would set a screen, turn, set up, and then go. It's like, no, Joe, you just have to screen, turn, and go.
Yeah.
So he's like, I have to, and it's like, he was an athlete. He could touch his head on the rim, physical, strong, was fast as all could be.
But he was white too.
But he was all everything physically. But his game didn't translate. And the whole point of it is like we've all seen. There was Shea Cotton. There was who was the kid? There was Sebastian Telfair. There were all these kids. There was one kid. God, what's his name? Lenny Cook that came up with LeBron, and there was like the documentary about him. There's so many high-level high school players that were all this, all everything, and their games, they just never make it. You go and look at the McDonald's All-American list, which is the top 25 players in the country, you might get 15 of them that make it to the NBA. You might get
less than that.
But I'm saying 15 of the 25, you might get 15. You might get 10 of them that play.
Right.
You might get 10 of them that play 8 years. You might get
you might
get 5 of them that play 10 years.
That's why I think the value is like how long can you play? Like,
right.
It's one thing to get in, it's just sticking and staying, and because you get traded, you don't play, and you get all this stuff, then you're thrown into a role. Like, how can you
develop that role?
Yeah, how can you evolve as a player?
Right.
But if you're like caught up, you only play one way, and it's a different game, and it's more stressful at this level. Like, you get behind the 8 ball, it easily snowballs. Like I've never been, in a professional or any stage of my life where, when something goes wrong, like how quick it can like snowball. Like,
it impacts
to that
so
matrix.
Much.
So quick, so quick.
But you're an example of that simply from just being an undrafted player.
Yeah, but you gotta credit the guys that like my rookie, I had an amazing locker room. Like Richard, Jarrett. Carl Landry, David Lee, Steph, like that.
God, y'all had Carl, man.
Yeah,
that team,
Carl was great.
Good in the fourth quarter now.
That team was like.
What was the one
amazing.
thing they taught you?
Just how to be a professional. There's a time and place for everything. Show up early, leave late. Richard and I would hang out, but we always work. When practice was over, we got our one-on-one games in. When the weight room, we doing all this stuff, and that
you doing Pilates
in
the weight room? You're doing Pilates?
No.
Don't let him get you off track.
Sorry, my bad.
This guy,
he tries to interject into random stuff.
This guy, they gave me, that alone gave me a foundation, as to how to stick, because I was on a non-guaranteed contract as well, and January 10th came. They were like,
You're sweating.
They were like, after Christmas, I could not sleep. Like, like those 10 days, I could not sleep, and. They're like, we're going to guarantee your contract, but, keep working. And, after that, it just became habit.
And to his credit, he did. And that he is one of probably in my entire career, probably about 5 guys that I've seen go from undrafted. Because I remember Carl Landry said this. Carl Landry said that only because Carl Landry was a second-round pick. Mm-hmm. He's like only like 10% of second-round picks see second contracts.
Yeah.
10% of oh wow.
Yeah, like most guys that come from the second round don't see a second contract. Like that, because you understand, like second-round picks, you get guys that do make it, but there's large portions of them don't ever see a second-round pick.
And now I play with a guy like.
But you're talking about Baze didn't play his first 3 years.
No, I understand, but Baze is like base of a basketball player of who he is like a must-need for almost every team.
Yeah, but if
He's
you
a
don't play,
long,
if you don't play for 3
defender.
years,
like it's
you
just
just have to be a professional for 3 straight
Right,
years.
yes. And that is a huge credit. But I'm saying he is – if you look at Baze, he is built like an NBA player.
I will say this: Derek Williams was on a 10-day. We got him on a 10-day contract. He was a 2-pick in the draft.
Derek Williams was not known as a defender. You, again, to your credit, are a defensive NCAA Player of the Year. If you look at some of the best players in our league.
You just found that out 15 minutes ago. How are you going to use it for?
No, but I knew he was a defender before. That's what he gets his. That's what. Hey, when you're not in a rhythm shooting, you know, hey, if I get stops, I can get out, run, get a layup, go work. You look at some of the best players in our league. Start out as great defenders, and they evolve from there.
Yeah.
Like. That's just, I know I'm kind of going off, but that's like, Richard, you were they put you on the best player, you weren't really a shooter, and then you would get steals, get out, and you'd run your ass off, and you go dunk and do athletic stuff, right? And then you develop that other part of the game. Baze, when you first started, you weren't really like a drop-dead three-point shooter, but you knew you can defend, you're going to get steals, you're going to go, you're going to attack the rim. You look at Kawhi Leonard, Andre Iguodala, Paul George, all these guys that are developed as like a 3-2 defender, those are the guys that are doing well.
But guys don't listen. When I said
they want to be scorers.
Guys don't
they want to be scorers.
Guys don't listen, and it's like, yo, if you defend
and get a steal, God,
you could be on the court forever.
Ever.
If you defend, if that's your only focus, you can get paid lots of money. And once I kind of established that I could defend and I could be on the court, and they gave me trust. Then I looked at what the top 5 scorers in the league got paid versus the top 5 defenders, and so then I started changing my focus more towards offense.
He started flopping.
And how hard is it though to have that mindset of just defend?
It's a so job.
It's a job. It's definitely a mindset.
Yeah.
It's you gotta be within. It's not something that you can just roll out of bed and do, because
and you have
it's
to
tough.
have a short memory.
Yeah, exactly.
Very short
because you
memory.
get cooked. Like these guys in this league are so talented. Like you can be draped all over them, and they find ways to make shots. They hit a turnaround, and 20,000 people are like, ooh, or he snatched back, you slip a little bit, but you still there on the contest. Everybody's like, ooh, you gotta.
Yeah, you got snatchback is the worst, boy.
Snatchback is crazy.
Ooh, I'd be like, you know what?
Especially like the worst ones for me is like when you're in push. And you kind of get up late, and then you hop up, and he just happens to cross over, and everybody's like, "Oh," you're like, "Well, that's the defense."
I don't. That's the thing. When you get older, Baze, and you'll appreciate this. I just stand there. I go up towards you or back. I can't go left or right at all. Yeah. And if I go left or right, I try and go up. So it's like I don't ever get crossed over. Like not. And I'm not saying this from like I'm too good. I'm just saying I'm old and slow. Yeah. So I just get really close to you, put my arms out.
Angles.
If you go left or right, I'm not going left or right. I can't, because if I go left or right, I'm not catching back up to you once you start going forward.
Yeah.
So I just get close and try and force the guy up. But once you stop trying to like go left and right and shake, you'll be your defense will improve exponentially.
Yeah, I know. I play a lot now off athleticism. Like I'm starting to learn the game, starting to be in the right spots, off the ball. But it's so like these coaches are so good with like schemes and setting guys up. Like it's hard to be, it's hard to like even stop. Like you're constantly moving. Like that's why the sneaker squeaking is like it's crazy. Like a lot of people don't talk about that.
It smells like rubber. It
smells
like rubber on the
people
court.
are always moving. You're always cutting. You're playing. Your screens are being set. Like it just takes so much. Like you really have to study. A team and what they like to do. That's why the playoffs are so crazy.
The playoffs are unbelievable.
Can we stop talking about basketball?
I was going to say that. It actually made me think of something. Bill Belichick was in
the locker room.
He was in the locker room. You're right. He was at the game last night.
What he does is ridiculous.
Right. Are you a football fan? Are you a Falcon fan?
I live here. I support the Falcons, but I'm a Carolina Panthers fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all made some trades.
Speaking of that, do you know that Cam Newton and Richard Jefferson are finalists for the Shorty Awards?
Oh,
really?
Wow.
Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
No,
what's the Shorty Awards?
So you remember?
This came out today.
You remember when I was so anti-social media for all those years?
Yes.
Hey, do you remember when his boy came and then got him hype on Snapchat? and basically was his muse.
No.
I should be getting an award.
No, you shouldn't.
Why? Lil Kev was me.
How is Little Kev you?
Yeah, because Lil Kev would have been funny if C. Fry hadn't been on the freaking videos.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Listen,
isn't it crazy when
Give him
somebody
a little
just
credit.
craves compliments? Like Channing's just like, please.
I just want a little
compliment me.
credit. Just give me a little
It's
credit.
Like, he's like
yeah, and you give him zero credit.
I give Channing credit all the time.
Quietly like this. Hey, Channing.
Yes, because if you say it any louder, he's gonna be like, "Hey, everybody, look at me."
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, the Shorty Awards are basically awards for social media. And Richard is a finalist for them, up against like Michael Phelps, Simone Biles, Cam Newton.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
yeah, I don't have a chance.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't have a chance. I appreciate them.
You're
I
in
don't
the
know.
mix,
Did you
though.
see the viral video of that he did with Kay Felder in the Oompa Loompa costume by chance? Are you on social media? Are you social savvy?
Yeah.
You dabble.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
Snapchat?
No, definitely not on Snapchat.
Instagram.
Snapchat's actually
Yes.
awesome. by
So
the way.
it's gonna be awesome because Baze
Mr. CTA.
he's gonna Instagram once we drop this episode to go listen to us.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What's your Instagram handle?
24 bays.
24 Baze.
What happens if you change your number?
It's never changing.
That's what D. Will said.
Wait, which D-Well? Light-skinned D-Well?
Darren Williams.
Point guard D-Well.
So Baze,
Autos.
okay. So now that we have you here, there was a little bit of a funny story that happened your rookie year. We're searching for content here. So
Okay.
your rookie year, there was some things that went down, which led to your car.
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, Allie got excited.
I like this story. You do
I've
not.
never heard this story. What they do? Put popcorn in your car?
Popcorn.
What car was
shit
it?
out
What kind
my
of car was it?
It's an Audi S5.
Ooh.
Crazy
What'd you
nice.
have? The white with the
White.
tan interior?
No, it's white with black interior.
Did
So
it-
it's my rookie year, right? So I
your
didn't have
shit
a
was
car. I
greasy.
didn't have a car.
Tell them the story.
I didn't have a car at all. I was living like I was actually living in the hotel at the time. So I'm like, Richard, man, I don't have a way around, man. He's like, all right, just come with me, yo. I'll pitch you into something for a little bit. So the guy, we get to Richard's place. He goes and get it. Like, I hear the car coming down, and it sounds like a freaking airplane. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I was like, what is this? Out comes a white Audi S5. Like, I'm a huge Audi fan. I love Audi.
I love Audis too.
Yeah.
399, homie.
Love Audis.
Got an A8.
Boom. Driving it, and then I'm kind of feeling myself a little bit,
You got the
Getting a
windows
little-
down?
Getting a
I
little
see
better.
you.
No, I'm getting a little better at my workouts and stuff. So, in the locker room. Not the undrafted guy anymore. I'm starting to,
Swaggy.
Got guaranteed for the year.
Yeah, my little humor, sarcasm, dry humor thrown in there, guys, and they're like, all right, we got something for you. So I'm working out. I get to practice early. I'm working out, and no one's in the gym. There's like literally no one in the gym. Just me and my guy, me and my two video guys, Joe Boylan, working out. And they're like, all right, we got this little, I guess, meet and greet with these two fans. So I'm like, all right, sign the stuff. And they're like, yeah, let's go outside. Like, I walk outside, and here's everyone running out with their phones. Like, oh, I'm like, what the hell is going on? I open my door, and there's like popcorn comes out to like my knees. It
Wait.
was so much popcorn.
Was it buttered popcorn?
Yeah, it was butter.
Buttered.
And
Oh,
it was
it
a warm
ruined.
day. It was a
No
warm.
Yeah.
It was a warm
way.
day that day.
Yeah.
F your leather.
Yo,
all up.
but how funny is this though? So I had just got the Raptor, I just got the truck, which I
Ooh,
love.
love the
I
Raptor.
had got this car. I signed a lease on this car just because I'd sold my place. So I wasn't sure where I was living, so I had two cars, and I was like, I'm only driving my truck because I love it that much. So I was like, Baze, here. I knew you weren't signed for the year yet, and I was like, here, you can drive this car because I'm not really driving, so you have a car, or whatever. So it was my idea to put the popcorn because at the end of the day, it was still kind of my
His
car.
Yeah.
But
That's what threw me off.
but the popcorn I'm talking about, we opened up the sunroof and we filled popcorn all. It wasn't like we poured it through the window.
How many pounds?
Oh.
You know those.
We put it in the
bags?
trunk. We put it in the trunk
Yeah, it was
too.
the trunk, yeah.
We put it in the trunk of the car. I thought those big
The
like
big
body
like
size
yellow.
bags.
Yeah, the
So the
huge
day-old
bags.
popcorn.
There's probably
so
like-
if you don't know,
there's probably like
you,
8.
They'll give you bags that are like literally 5 or 6 pounds like 4 feet high
No
of
way.
popcorn, day-old
Yeah.
popcorn from the arena because they can't use it.
Oh yeah.
So these are the things that
Sorry,
we
I
do
like
when
popcorn.
rookies start
I hate
feeling
it.
themselves, when rookies start getting a little too confident.
Ooh, you're getting too
Festus
swaggy. on him.
was the worst though.
Oh, they took
They
Festus
took his tires off and like hit him throughout the practice
No.
facility.
and left his car on bricks.
Yeah.
His car was on bricks.
On
His
bricks.
Mercedes was on bricks.
He's sick.
How do you do that to an undrafted rookie though?
One,
Because
Well, no,
you respect
I
Brian.
bought that on myself. Though.
yes, he was doing
really
a little
did.
much.
I
He was
did.
doing a little
I did.
much.
You were doing much. You were
Doing
doing the
much.
So
foul.
how did you get it cleaned out?
Oh,
like, what did it take?
I dropped it off at this spot and just left it.
But you were still finding popcorn.
Yeah.
It still smelled like
Like
butter.
I
for
turned
like
the
weeks.
AC on. Kernels. And like the smell stayed in there for like 3 or 4 months.
Oh,
Damn.
It was
oh
crazy.
my gosh.
but that's fun though, man. Like we are all big children. Like I've been doing this
Yeah.
since I was 20 years old.
They did that to Deion Waiters.
Did
when
they?
He was a
It's
rookie in
sick.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah, but
mad.
see, ever since then though, all the popcorn like things I've seen, it's only a little bit.
No,
You don't
we
understand-
overdid it.
Yeah, you don't understand how much pop. Like, I drove to the place, like literally sitting in the dashboard. It was
just-
so much popcorn.
You didn't at least take some of it out?
I
He
took
took
enough out to get my feet to the gas and the brake, but it was just so much. It was so much.
So you
popcorn.
probably should not have been on the roads.
No, but it
right?
was funny though. Imagine dropping that off at a car place. It was like, hey, yeah,
They were
could you
pissed.
clean this shit up? They were pissed.
Yeah, they were pissed.
They were
They
pissed.
were.
Like,
Yeah.
what is this? I came back. They had like 3 of those like huge trash cans full of popcorn. It was so much.
Yeah, because they got to go like and they're going to charge you more for it, but they got to go very meticulously and get every
Yeah,
single thing out. They got to go in the backseat, and you're literally scooping it out.
Yeah,
Like,
you're not going to just
Yeah,
vacuum.
you're not scraping it out, putting it on the ground either. Like it's popcorn.
Did I feel like you didn't see the trunk until later?
No, I opened
saw the trunk right
yeah,
away?
I
Okay.
opened the trunk.
Yeah, no, that was
It was so much popcorn.
Have you done that to a rookie since?
No.
What?
Dude,
You're smiling.
okay,
You're
these
smiling.
rookies are sensitive. Okay, K is the best rookie I've had in maybe 10 years. K, if you ask him to do anything, he's like, I got you. No big deal. No questions
K is a
asked.
good rookie.
K is one of the best rookies ever.
Harrison was a terrible rookie.
Oh,
Yeah, I couldn't ask.
HB was the worst
HB is
rookie.
well, he came from Carolina. Like,
Oh man, HB is hey, shout out
Swag
to Harrison Barnes,
hey,
man.
HB,
Black
that's my
Falcon.
guy, though.
He's Harrison's amazing.
Why?
Harrison.
He
Running
just
ISOs.
Harrison's success is based on his confidence, and so and he started at the beginning of the year when he probably shouldn't have. Brandon Rush was better than him, but they wanted to start Harrison because they didn't think that we were going to be that good that year. Remember, like Steph hadn't played at all. Clay was in his second year. Harrison, they were like, so let's just play Harrison now, get him experience versus the starting unit, and our team that year just exploded. Jarrett Jack has a great year. Carl Landry has a great year. Steph goes and breaks a three-point record. Clay becomes one of the best, three-point shooters in the league. So they didn't expect it, and so they wanted to just give him starts. So then all of a sudden, like Harrison would play like 30 minutes and take like 5 shots, and it was just like, but he would walk around just so overconfident, and which I respect him, and I love the kid to death for it, because that's what you need in this NBA. You need that confidence in your ability. But it was just like, I was like, Harrison, like they're playing you 30 minutes. They're going to play you 30 minutes regardless. Shoot the ball. He's like, well, they're not running any plays for me. And I'm just like, Harrison, you're still going to play 30 minutes. Shoot the ball. And he's just like, if it comes my way, I will, I guess. And you're just like, oh man, like, dude, if Harrison was
it's coming his way now.
No, it's
Well,
coming
I'll
his
tell
way
you that.
now,
Listen,
and he is.
doesn't he lead the league in ISOs?
Yeah, and he is
Oof.
taking full advantage of it.
Yeah,
like
he's
yeah.
a problem now.
Yeah, he is a problem.
he is
Which
working on that.
which you knew he had
Put
that
him right
ability.
on that elbow.
But had Harrison had to earn it, like every single had to earn the start, had to earn the shots, it would have been a much different situation for Harrison. Like he got thrust into that starting lineup, and it worked great. And he was not happy when they brought in Andre Iguodala the next year.
No, he wasn't.
He was not happy. Because it was, again, he was a starting small forward, and it looked like he had a great future like he does. And they bring in Andre Iguodala, who was an Olympian, was an all-star, and they go and sign this guy. So it just
But
turned.
they are so different, though.
No, they are different, but he's still a small forward. Like
But this was before small ball, though. I think.
Oh,
right?
It was before
right,
small ball.
right,
It was
right,
before
right,
small
yeah.
ball. So but it's like You look at this league like Harrison Barnes was all rookie team, averaged 10 points a game, goes to the playoffs, and then when David Lee got hurt in the playoffs, but you didn't go to the playoffs. What? So you didn't go to the playoffs. When you averaged 10 your rookie year, you went to the playoffs?
Oh, my rookie year?
Yeah, okay.
So no.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I did go? I was in them streets. I'll tell you.
Jeez. So Harrison did a good job of handling the Andre Iguodala shit. He did. So to his credit,
dude, is he? Dog, his elbow game is nice. Yeah. Like when they put him at the elbow with those shooters, it's like I'm gonna say it's mellow-ish.
Oh God,
less
is more, Channing.
You don't think it's mellow-ish?
Less is more, Channing.
Oh wow, you're gonna disagree with me right now?
You're gonna say Harrison Barnes is mellow-ish?
I'm saying when he gets it at the elbow, he's as dangerous as like Melo.
He's at what?
I think it's
he's at the elbow. Think about when he's at that elbow, and he makes his move. Just the spacing, it's uncomfortable.
Melo this year doesn't move as well as he did in the past.
Right.
So you're saying that 24-year-old Harrison Barnes is like 32-year-old Melo? I'll give you that. Okay. That's about right. I'll give you that. That's about right. That's okay. That's fair. Because if you're going to say 25-year-old Harrison's like 25 Melo, we're going to have a different conversation.
I wasn't saying that.
Conversation's going to change pretty quickly.
Melo was a problem.
Yes.
See, I missed all those guys.
What?
Capital P.
You didn't want none of that.
I'm telling those guys. I saw Kobe in 2012.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you saw the end of Kobe.
Yeah. I saw the 2010 Kobe where he was slapping our coach on the butt. Where we were triple teaming the playoffs.
I saw the 01 Kobe.
Oh God!
I saw the 01 Kobe. Think about that. Yes, with the Nets. Yes, when they swept us out of the NBA Finals. That 01 Kobe was a monster.
How about the 05 Dirk?
The
first game I ever played in the NBA. Dirk was like, "Give me the burger." Hey, every time
Dirk
gave me a Swift 32.
Dirk calls everyone burgers. Oh, this burger can't guard me. Look at this burger.
It was
like,
unbelievable.
He calls everyone. I'm talking about it doesn't matter. Oh, this burger can't guard me. Look at this burger. He calls everyone burger. Yeah, it's hilarious.
When I
tell give me the ball. I got this burger. Give me this burger. I just eat burgers.
Still.
Yeah, even still. Even though Dirk can barely move.
To this day, between Rasheed Wallace, Dirk, and Shaq, those are three guys that like every game I was like, well, put your pride to the side and you're going to just get this barbecue chicken. And there's nothing you could do about it because, number one, you're either not strong enough for Shaq.
Yeah.
You're not tall enough for Rasheed. And he's like, I got a mouse. And Sheed shot that fadeaway way up there. And then you have to guard Rip Hamilton on that floppy action. He gave us 52 with 1 3.
Yeah, I saw that.
52,
How many free throws?
A lot.
Maybe not even
like
a lot.
10, 8
maybe
to
10.
But he didn't miss. He was like he was always like 91%. So whatever he shot, he made.
Dude, his nails were the worst. So if you try to grab him,
he did. He had long nails. He would scratch the shit out of you.
Fuck your forearm up. If you grabbed him,
and it would be the old Reggie.
Swear.
It'd be the old Reggie. It'd be the old Reggie Miller when guys when he would grab you and pull you and do this, but you would just get scratched. It's like Kerry Kittles, all those guys that used to have to guard him. Oh man, it was so bad.
One of my favorite players ever.
Oh man, we used to get walloped by
Skittles was amazing.
It was the worst. Look at the Nets-Knicks matchup. I was like, oh, here we go.
Who inspired you to play?
I mean, for me growing up, sports was just like, the way out. You felt like, and that's for like every young kid and, underprivileged areas. Like basketball is the way out. I ran track. I love track. I was all state track for 2 years.
What events? You ran at 400, didn't you?
400, 200.
Yeah.
400. Tell me if I'm wrong. The worst.
No, 800. 800 is way worse.
400.
Nah, 400 is worse.
Yeah.
It's a sprint.
It's an all-out sprint.
Yeah, but
it's a sprint now.
Channing, what did you run?
pace.
What did you run? Channing, tell me from your own experience while you're arguing with the track people. Tell me what you ran.
I ran a mile once a week in PE. Hey, I got 7:15 every time. That shit hurt.
He's arguing with the track athletes. That's
First
awesome.
off,
What was
we had
your
to run.
fastest time in the 400?
I wasn't that good at the 4. I was really good at the 2. I think I ran a 49 in the 4.
Oh, that's weak.
21.7.
Do you know? What'd you run in the 410?
27.
21.7.
I was going to say, wait.
You ran a
fast.
52?
So I ran the 124. 124 4x4 all 4 years.
Hey, Base, I ran a
In high
52 on a 400 one time.
He's lying.
You're lying.
52?
He's lying.
There's no way.
He's lying.
No way.
You probably ran like a 106 or something.
It was 105,
Wait,
dog. Hey,
Rafa,
I wanted to die.
If you're going to take a picture, I want the wine glasses out in the middle of the day. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I ran a 105. I wanted to die, but I had to run it at a dirt track. And my man Jose in junior high.
You're lying.
He was. This is actually a true story.
Jose, what was his last name?
Something very Mexican. Listen.
Something very Mexican.
Jose was the dude who wore
apologize to our Spanish
who wore
listeners.
khakis to school with a wife beater and that big long belt
Including
with his
Rafa.
initials. Yo, Jose, our coach,
This is
right?
going to be an
PE
awful
coach.
story.
This is not an awful story. This is actually very
It's
funny.
going to be an awful story. It's a
Our
long
PE
story.
teacher knew Jose was part of a gang, right? Legit. He was 16, had a baby. Yo,
How does that make him a gang member?
No, he was part of Brown Pride. Like
Richard,
he literally
let
had
him
Brown
tell the
Pride
story.
tattooed. Anyways, so he never dressed out because he didn't want to sweat his outfit. So he had the Ben Davis crease to the T. This thing was starch, extra starch, homie. So the coach said, "Hey, if you could run this mile in less than 6 minutes, I'll give you a B in the class." Right? And he goes, "Okay." So low-key, he had his Cortezes on, high socks. He had the Hendrix junior high issued shorts, and junior high is 9th grade in Arizona. And a white beater tucked in.
Only were you at junior high.
In
Was
Chandler.
8th grade for me.
I lived in Farmtown. Anyways, yo, this sucker took off. What we didn't know was he trained in boxing early in the morning, so he had to run a lot. He was cooking the track team. Cooking the track team in his Cortezes. Boy, listen, man. Jose was gone, homie.
That was his story. That was his story that Jose ran fast.
What was the time? So
Dude,
you
like
beat
it was
6
like 6:01.
Okay,
He's
so
lying.
to
not
round
lying.
About so much.
round back.
I'm totally not lying.
the story.
Jose is my guy, dog.
like the story.
Channing, you're
I
just
will
like-
say this.
Jose is my guy. When I saw him at the grocery store with a kid, I knew he was about that life, dog. I knew he was about that
All right,
life.
back to who inspired you.
we go.
No, we talked about track team.
Because we talked
We
about
talked about that track
basketball
team.
and
Right.
track.
Well, yeah, you see it as a way out, and you do anything to be great. And as a lot of people make sacrifices growing up, obviously my parents, and then I had a middle school coach for my rival middle school at the time. Started an AAU team and would take us, up to Raleigh.
What was the name of your team?
Down in Florida. TD Sports was the first one.
TD Jakes?
Oh my God.
Sorry. TD Sports
I
was the
didn't
first
know.
one.
Listen,
So
you could have been a religious
we weren't terrible, but like we would get demolished. You go up to Raleigh for a weekend and we lose about like 25, 30 points.
Wait, did you have to
every
play
game.
like PJ Tucker and them? And Shavlik Randolph? Were you their age?
No.
They're
a little
older.
older than me.
Oh.
Yeah, but I watched all those guys play. I actually saw LeBron play in Greensboro against Rayshon Terry.
Who's that?
He went to Carolina. He was like, supposed to be.
He's supposed to
Yeah,
be
that's
a dude.
LeBron. I mean, it wasn't close, but Rayshon Terry people was there talking trash because Rayshon he's from that
Yeah.
area, and I never seen anything like it. Like this guy was like
Putting on a
unreal.
clinic.
Oh my gosh! Like he had that signature where he just cock it back, but like
Couldn't shoot a J for nothing.
Nah,
he
in
did.
high school
He
you could
did.
shoot because
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. You could just shoot shots.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's not like he wasn't a shooter. No.
Oh.
Yeah, like I kind of had like we were kind of sitting like 4 or 5 rows up, like to the right, and like he went to jump, and like you could see his face in the square, like he with a backboard.
What?
LeBron jumped so high, and like he dunked it, the ball hit the ground, and then he landed.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Sometimes he does things where I'm like,
Still.
I'm like, that's not normal.
Yeah, no. So yeah, like playing with Dwight, like you throw a lob, you throw a pass, and you're just like, good Lord, like
He's big. He gets off the floor
oh
quick.
my gosh.
Yeah. And people and like Dwight, some of it's his own fault. Love the guy to death, but he doesn't get the credit right now as he should for how dominant he once was.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
my
he
God.
was a
He was a
dominant-
problem
he was a
in
dominant-
Orlando,
Now
boy.
he is still a good player. He's dealt with some back injuries, which for any athlete, especially a big man, back injuries and feet. Like that's kind of one that when those things start to happen, you look at Yao Ming, you Shaq. Once those feet start to go, the back starts to have a problem. Like your whole game changes. But you remember there was like a 6 or 7 year stretch where he only missed one game. Yeah. He was averaging 23 and 15, just a monster
what was
out
that,
there.
2009 series.
Yeah, but
why is his jersey so tight?
He's jacked.
He's huge.
He's in the gym. He's in upstairs in the weight room with like 120 pound, 125
just
pound.
Pushing.
What?
Yes.
Dog, he's so strong. Bro. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
How was he able to move?
That's a great question.
He's just an athlete.
One size bigger.
He's one of those like.
How's LeBron able to go so fast at 6'9",
I'm not gonna lie
270?
to you. I've never seen LeBron lift a heavyweight.
No, he's just, yeah.
That is 100% natural.
Channing said he was 296 last night. He's like, I'm 396.
LeBron?
Oh, stop it! Stop
no,
it!
LeBron's got to be like 270.
I was kidding. Yeah.
He's like 270.
I mean, I like my first playoff series. Damari got hurt, and then Cal had his ankle. Yeah, it was like 2 years ago, and I had like it's crazy. Like he's strong everywhere. Like some guys are like. Light in the hips. Yeah. Like, you can't move him.
No.
For the most part, too, like, he stays so within his self.
Yeah.
Like, he has so much control of his body.
Well, yeah, you can have control when your body, when people are bouncing off of you.
Yeah, he's moving. He's probably moving at like 70, 75%. It's probably rare that he goes.
If he ever moves 100%, people bounce off him.
I'm
250, and I'm a big man.
Do you guys know the last time I saw him move at 100%?
Game 7.
Yes.
Chase down.
Listen. I swear to you, I was on the bench.
Oh, I was right next to you.
We were right next to me, and I swear to you. So I'm watching the play in front of me happen, right?
I said, oh, my God.
And I know, I swear to you, I'm watching the play in front of me, and this is not an exaggeration. I put this on my entire family. I literally see a black blur.
It was in front of your bench.
Yeah, it was in front of our bench.
Right.
So I'm watching the play because I see the 2-on-1 happening, and I'm like, damn it, right? Because we had been going back and forth. No, and it wasn't like it was still like a minute and a half to go. So it was like it was like nobody had scored for 2.5 minutes. So you're like, boom, boom, who's going to score first? So all of a sudden, it's like you see it happening, and then you're watching the ball, and out of the corner of your eye, you see a black blur come out of nowhere, and it's like he gets the block, and you're like,
huh?
Oh, what?
That's one.
I said, weren't you a half court?
That's probably one of the most underappreciated plays of basketball is chase down block.
Oh, chase down block. And you understand, he chased down Andre Iguodala, who is an athlete, 6'7",
super
like
athlete.
They're not moving slow. Steph Curry's not moving. Like these guys are not moving slow, and obviously it's like goal line defense. Like once you start to run out of space, you have to slow down to start. Yeah. And so he ran so fast, and you look at him how high. And how he had both sides. So they were like, if he would have tried to go, if he would try to go other side, it was tough. But I had still never seen anybody move that fast to the point where it was a blur out of the corner of my eye.
It takes like impeccable timing. I've had a few, like even in college.
Yeah,
chase down blocks. Like it's time because guys see you coming. So they try to stutter step, but. You just got to leave it all out there. Just go get it. You got to go get it.
You're going to put – you have to duck sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
You hit your head on the backboard.
I know it. You got to duck.
No, Channing has never had a chase down block in his life.
Probably not. Guess what? You go get them two. I'm going to get them 3
on
the other. What?
Could you imagine LeBron as a wide receiver in the NFL?
Oh, no, he would destroy.
No, he'd be Calvin Johnson.
Okay, first of all, I think
Calvin Johnson.
How big is Calvin Johnson?
Calvin Johnson,
6'9".
Calvin Johnson.
Oh yeah,
Calvin Johnson's like 6'6", 6'7". He's a big boy.
That's very.
Did you see him on?
That's 6'9".
No, but I'm saying, it's the same. If you're there, 6'7", 6'9", it's the same. It's the same circle.
Julio Jones is a man.
How big is he?
That's all I'm gonna say. He's probably like 6'3".
Okay, 6'3".
But in cleats and helmet and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're talking 6'9". And I'm going to say he's between 260 and
what I would say, if Bron was a wide receiver, I wonder if Bron would play lighter than he is now.
No. He has
I think he could go
plays.
down to 245 and still be an
because you want to be
in the NFL.
NFL.
Him at 255 looks anorexic.
Yeah. The year before he came back to Cleveland that summer.
Oh. Where he like
Yeah,
started
where
eating
he
good?
did the whole 30-day whatever. Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah, the 30-day
in
cleanse.
practice, sometimes he bumps me off, and I'm like, "Well, I was like, you got a red penny on. I can't hurt you." I'll be like, "Oh shit, that shit hurt, dog." Like he'll run, like playing against it. If he gets a full head of steam at you, I'm like, you know what? Go ahead.
No,
add up
in
two.
practice, you move out of the way.
Yeah, I'm just
So,
like, you know what?
I'm
Come on,
not
Peyton.
going to be
Let's
the
call Peyton
reason
Manning.
why my season ends. trying to take a charge or trying to foul
you
him,
can have that.
have him tweak his ankle. I'm like, man,
No,
go
but
get it.
but no, seriously, Julio Jones is like
Oh,
to watch that guy
Oh my God,
is crazy. Like
Yeah.
he's so strong. Like
his footwork is unbelievable.
and he had a bad toe.
He had a bad toe.
Yeah, he had a bad
What, he got
toe.
a cord?
I don't know. Turf toe in the NFL is no joke.
You had a
You ever had
bunion?
turf toe?
Not a move like that.
no, you have to have some sort of
Wait, is it a
quickness,
1-2?
athleticism to
I get quick sometimes.
You don't get quick.
First of all,
I
I did get listen, no lie, I did get a bang out versus y'all. Like the up and under old school bang out versus y'all last year in the playoffs.
Oh, you had a big game against us.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
but
I
like,
interviewed
but
you
you know
after
what?
that.
You were
Okay,
curious.
this is what I know about the playoffs.
What do you know?
Everything
Channing?
is game plans. So you're like, let them shoot, and if I don't do well, you're just gonna keep letting me shooting.
Yep.
So you let me shoot for one game, and then you said, screw that. We're gonna let somebody else shoot the next game, and that's just how it
K
is.
Love had a huge game.
He had
Whoa.
41.
Yeah, because you guys, we asked Kyle. We're like, Kyle, what was your game plan
Let
against?
him shoot.
He was like, to stop stop Kyrie and Braun, and to let Channing and Kev shoot.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it
You
was
forgot
crazy.
I
It was
was
like
crazy.
he was doing that, but the game was still close. The game was still within
Yeah, it
range.
was
It was like
good.
an 8-point. It's like
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like when all of us hit a bunch of threes. That's when the game got out of control.
Oh, the
But
25.
25
Oh,
threes.
listen, when Dante Jones hit that from the
Yo.
corner, I said, that's a
by
bad night.
the way, dude, I could not stand him.
Nobody
No.
can. I hated
Like-
his guts. I almost got a fight with him.
He hit a three. I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like,
We hit
happy birthday.
It's
bro.
one
we
of
hit
those nights.
25.
Happy birthday.
25 of them.
And on that note,
Yeah.
we could go on and on. But if there's one thing I've learned about you guys, it's nap time.
Yes, it is
We're
nap
right
time.
in the middle of your nap time.
Yeah.
With that said,
What time is it?
Channing, what time is it? Channing? Take your time.
Have
Take
you
your time.
learned?
Channing.
428.
Oh,
4:38.
You're good.
Nice,
You're good.
solid.
I'm going back to the gym, actually, guys.
To do
Oh.
what?
ooh,
What you gonna
Gotta
do?
work, man.
Yeah, work. Oh, here we go.
There we go.
drive your.
Ah,
I
you're
got.
great.
I'm gonna go.
You were taught well, young fella. Taught well.
Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go work too.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta get once I get to where you got. I mean, I gotta build my game first, and then it become innate second.
You're making.
already
You're
paid.
making so
You're
much
making
more
more
money
than
than
me and
both
him.
of us.
Twice as much as me and him put together.
I'm saving it. guys.
Yes, is a good man.
No,
No,
good,
you're
smart
giving
and
dude.
if it was
Did
all
you not
about the
buy?
money,
He would be
That's
making twice as much.
Wait a second. What did you donate to Old Dominion? Did you buy him a new court?
No, I actually just donated to the new practice facility.
Is
Hey.
it called Bazemore?
No.
Kenneth?
I got
Kenneth
outbid.
Arena?
I got outbid by like $1 million.
Oh.
What?
I wouldn't have let somebody
I wouldn't-
outbid me.
no
by a million
way.
dollars.
Crazy.
I wouldn't
know.
let somebody outbid me.
No, I love Old Dominion, man. But
Hey,
it's
hey.
a lot of money.
Those
OD
buildings
ODB?
stay forever.
They do. They do.
Richard
I actually
Jefferson,
have a-
Gymnasium, shout out Arizona.
Yeah, I know. I know. I was gunning for that.
Yeah, that's all right. Don't let them trick you.
Yeah,
'Cause- yeah, unless they need to give you an honorary degree. That's what you should have put into it. Honorary PhD from
You
Old
would have
Dominion.
3 degrees. Oh, shit.
Yes.
Oh, but shoot, when you die though, they're just gonna change the name, bro.
No. Perpetuity. That's what
Oh,
it's called.
really?
Yes, keep it forever.
Oh.
Yes.
gotta
Big
get a
word. One of the
statue,
bigger
man.
words I know. No, not a chance. I didn't graduate.
You gotta get a statue, man.
Oh, statue? No. I'm
What
going to do
would
that
your
for.
statue be?
Well,
It'd probably
it'd be
the
me
inbounds
It'd be
pass.
me dunking on you.
No, you have
Yes, it
never
would.
dunked on
Yes,
me.
I have. I have video of it.
Never
Richard
dunked on
dunked
me.
on me.
it would be him.
What'd you
on-
say, Kit?
Richard dunked on me 1-on-1.
Oh,
Drop
1-on-1.
step. No, it was bad.
Oh.
And then did he try to hang over top of you?
No, he's a bully, man.
I know.
He's a bully.
No,
is a
no,
bully.
I did that. No BS. Me and him, we had to do that to get our competitive juices firing
Yeah.
and to play. And he got better from the beginning to the end because we would play logo, elbow, logo, and then so it'd be best out of 5. And then whoever, if it was tied 2-2, then we would play like a 5th spot. But Kit, did you beat me one time?
I beat him one time.
One time, and we might have played how many?
Yeah, we played.
But I would call
40,
my own foul.
40, 50
I wouldn't
times.
let him call any fouls. I wouldn't let him call any fouls. Like so, if he tried to say it was a foul, unless it was a blatant one, I wouldn't let him call any fouls. Anytime he did anything that I remotely felt like was a foul, and it was more of just like a lesson in what happens in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I would grab him, like if he put his arm in, I would just grab it. Basically that Kevin Love play that everybody sees.
Oh my God.
And I think I might have done it to you
It's
in a game.
unbelievable.
I did
did.
it to you in the
You
game.
did.
You grabbed it. And I was like, it was so funny because I did it, and he just started laughing because that's what we used to do all the time. He's like, referees aren't going to call that. I'm like, man, if you put your arm in there, they're going to call a foul.
Yeah.
So no, man, man. At the end of the day, I think we're both happy that you're playing well. I think the thing that makes me happiest is that you're making more money than Channing.
You know what? At the end of the day,
You got a ring, bro.
Yes.
You ain't
Man,
never
you
lied, boy. Guess
I
what?
respect that. Like, I respect
No,
that.
no, no.
Like,
Hey, man, I respect your game. I definitely, like, you get on my nerves sometimes because you be making threes. And then when they put me on you sometimes on the switch, I'd be like, I try to send you right, but it doesn't work because my feet don't work like that. My ankles aren't moved. But we appreciate you coming on here.
Yeah, man.
We want to make sure everybody knows to go to your website. Don't worry about the www. It's 2017.
Shout it out again.
What is it?
Armsfoundation.org.
There we go.
There you go.
Old Dominion basketball. Good luck in the NIT.
I played in the WNIT.
Oh,
God, here we go.
Arizona's going home
Toledo
in the first round.
Tornadoes.
we'll take bets.
Yeah,
In the
Toledo
3-14
Tornadoes.
matchup, they going home.
Yeah.
You guys need to stop betting your money.
I don't bet. I don't.
You only
gamble.
bet with people
don't
who you
gamble.
bet back. You can get money
First
back
of all,
with.
do you know how much wine I drank at Kevin's house? It's more than $500. So I was glad to give him that money.
Yeah.
His wine collection is immaculate.
Okay, we gotta go.
All
It's nap time.
right.
It's nap time.
Another edition of Road Tripping with RJ and Channing in the books for Richard Channing Bays.
Go Hawks.
I'm your host.
They're gonna edit that.
No, we're keep that in.